ghosts than people. But them, they could.
I know.
When you think of GTA San Andreas, you probably remember Grove Street, CJ, and the chaotic mayhem of Los Santos. But what about the other two cities, San Fierro and Las Venturas? The places that for many of us define the scale and depth of Rockstar's best open worlds. And yet, ever since, it's like they never even existed. Rockstar basically abandoned, forgotten, and even erased them from our memories. But why exactly has Rockstar decided to never revisit either one of these two now iconic cities? Today, we're gonna do a deep dive into the truth behind why San Fierro and Las Venturas vanished from GTA's future, if we will ever see them again, or if Rockstar buried them for good. Now, back in 2004, when GTA San Andreas dropped, most of us didn't even realize how spoiled we would become. The game featured 3 full cities, a whole state, planes, casinos, gang wars, countryside, jetpacks, and even a Bigfoot mystery we never actually solved.
Swear I found them.
It was basically like Rockstar handed us a chaos simulator with fictional versions of California and Nevada to destroy as we please. But somewhere along the lines, something strange happened. While Los Santos got the glow up of a lifetime in GTA 5, complete with yoga, violent drama, and influencer stock scams, San Fierro and Las Venturas were left behind like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone. And here's the thing with these particular cities, these weren't just filler towns created to pad up the runtime with a few missions here and there. No, San Fierro for instance had crazy personality and was one of my favorite 3D era cities. It was moody, foggy, and had a bluish tint to accompany its landscapes. It was a city filled with twisty roads and weird hipster tech startup energy before that was even a thing. On one end of the city you had gyms teaching kung fu, where even the main protagonist could learn to fight in this ancient martial art. On the other hand, you had car mod shops and restaurants run by mysterious triads. All of this made San Fierro a city that felt alive, even when there was no one out on its streets. Then there's Las Venturas, which was basically Las Vegas if it never reached puberty. Yes, it was small and felt a bit rushed, but the atmosphere and sheer fact it was a different biome made Las Venturas a city that added so much depth to the overall map itself. It was the perfect city to conclude CJ's rise from small-time crook in Los Santos to absolute megamind businessman in Las Venturas. Las Venturas was a city where every building had flashing lights, every casino had a secret, and every mission had the potential to end in some absurd way. Las Venturas was basically a blueprint for GTA Online that we know of today, and when I think of it, it's kinda sad that within the last 12 years they never even bothered to mention either one of these amazing cities. Now, after GTA San Andreas, we basically had nothing. Yes, we did receive Liberty City in full HD glory, and of course we got a modern rendition of Los Santos, but both of these maps were missing something extra. In the case of GTA 4, we know that the extra part that it was missing is the cut countryside, which would have added so much to the world building itself, but for GTA 5, it was quite obvious that it needed another city at the far north of the map, instead of Paleto Bay, aka So the big question is why? Why did Rockstar, a studio known for attention to detail and fan service, well sometimes, chose to erase 2/3 of its most iconic map? Was it a tech issue, a narrative shift, or was it just pure business? In the next segment, we're gonna break down exactly what might have led to these cities becoming GTA's biggest cold cases, and how Rockstar's change in design philosophy may have sealed their fate.
I killed them.
Now, let's rewind to 2008. GTA 4 drops and suddenly we're not in a cartoonish chaos anymore. We're in a gritty, grey post-9/11 Liberty City where everything is depressing, everyone's broke, and the radio stations are legally obliged to play only indie rock or Radio Vladivostok. Gone were the days of CJ flying around with jetpacks, working with the triads, and tuning cars like he was Dominic Toretto himself.
Family.
Gone were the sprawling deserts or 3 different cities to cause pure mayhem in. Now we only had one city, one vibe, and one very sad cousin yelling,
Let's go bowling.
And that shift wasn't accidental. See, after GTA San Andreas, Rockstar decided to pivot hard. They moved more towards realism, toward grounded storytelling, and they wanted a true crime story that felt like it could happen in real life. And look, GTA 4 was brilliant in its own way. It's one of my personal favorites and is miles ahead of GTA 5. But its entire existence came at the cost of ambition. That whole multiple cities, multiple biomes dreams that we had got replaced by one dense city that felt lived in, but also kinda claustrophobic. And then came GTA 5, and for a moment we thought we are so back. Los Santos was bigger, brighter, better in the trailers that we ended up seeing. The map was massive, and we even had mountains, deserts, and gang territories again. But then you played the game, reached Polito Bay, and asked yourself,
What the fuck is this piece?
it felt like Rockstar made a buffet out of Los Santos, stuffed every possible gameplay mechanic the PS3 and Xbox 360 could handle, and decided, yeah, we don't really need another city. Just give him a lot of yoga and let Trevor blow things up.
Somebody say yoga?
And hey, from a business standpoint, they really weren't wrong. GTA 5 became the best-selling piece of entertainment media of all time. And hey, why bother building 2 more cities when one gave you record-breaking profits and let you sell shark cars to 12-year-olds trying to buy a flying bike? But here's the thing, just because it made sense on paper doesn't mean it didn't hurt the GTA franchise in the long run. The absence of San Fierro and Las Venturas wasn't just about there being less map to explore. It meant less personality, less variety for the player, and less of that feeling that made San Andreas special in the first place. The feeling that you were part of an entire world, and not just a sandbox with some palm trees, a winewood sign, and a big-ass mountain in the middle of the map. So yes, Rockstar did evolve with each of the releases after San Andreas, but in doing so, they may have trimmed off more than just the fat that was holding them back. They cut out the heart of what made GTA's worlds feel so epic. So how did we go from a company that gave us 3 full cities in 2004 to one that's now allergic to even mentioning San Fierro or Las Venturas? Well, somewhere between GTA 5's success and GTA Online becoming a digital goldmine, Rockstar changed. Like, seriously, they used to be rebels and rule breakers. Now, they're just like overworked corporate alchemists trying to turn every click into gold bars or shark cards.
Buy some.
GTA Online dropped 2 weeks after GTA 5, and the moment it did, it was like the entire studio went, wait, why build new cities when we can just keep milking the same one for the next decade? And look, don't take this the wrong way. I liked GTA Online a lot. It was a lot of fun at first, and even had some amazing DLC. Heists were great, and certain updates were really exciting, but over time, it turned into a grindfest. Nightclubs, bunkers, flying motorcycles, orbital strikes. We basically went from San Andreas to bloody Fortnite. And throughout all of this, where were San Fierro and Las Venturas? They were nowhere to be seen. Not as DLC, not as some story expansions, and not even as online updates, which is insane when you really think about it, as you'd probably think they at least drop a Las Venturas casino update. Right?
Wrong.
Instead, we got the Diamond Casino and Resort wedged into North Los Santos like it was built on a Chick-fil-A parking lot. And San Fierro, bro, they didn't even pretend it exists. You could rob an entire government facility in the desert, but God forbid you drive north and hit a foggy hill. So what's really going on here? Well, Rockstar kinda shifted its focus. They moved away from the world building and more towards content farming, with fast updates, repeatable missions, all while selling the illusion of luxury. The player stopped being criminals with backstories and became walking bank accounts wearing designer clothes more expensive than real-life cars. And listen, I do get it, I really do. GTA Online for Rockstar was a money printing machine, and still is, but it came at the cost of what made GTA legendary in the first place, its big interconnected worlds. And here's where things kinda get interesting. Now that we're finally on the cusp of GTA 6, we have to ask ourselves, will things change in the future? Because sure, Jason Lucia might look amazing, and Vice City looks beautiful next to the swampy Everglades, but are we getting another one City sandbox again? Or is this finally the moment where Rockstar brings back the ambitions that they once had and maybe even some of the forgotten cities that defined it? Because let's be real, GTA 6, at least according to some of the leaks that we know, could be one of those live service games that keeps growing over time. Of course, we all know that single player expansions really won't be happening, but if online ends up having the map expansions over time, we finally may see San Fierro or Las Venturas in some form. And if we don't, it might just be time to accept that the days of cross-city chaos are over. No. At the end of the day, this isn't just about the two cities that got left behind. It's about what those cities really represented, because these two weren't just some random additions to the map. They were important parts of both CJ's and the player's journey. While playing GTA San Andreas again for my latest video on CJ, I realized how much of a spiritual journey he actually goes through. He claws his way from hell into a literal hippie paradise and rises into a businessman before returning to close the gates of hell opened by the devil himself. Now, both San Fierro and Las Venturas are a city that in a modern day setting probably wouldn't be that good for a GTA game, so from that kind of a standpoint I do understand why we haven't seen them back in the HD universe. On the other hand, the modern day crime setting is a bit washed out for my personal taste, and is something that I would rather be done for GTA Online only. I mean, realistically, GTA was at its peak in terms of setting when we didn't have access to flying bikes, tank armor, or bloody yellow submarines. And yes, the game would be that much better if it's a story that's set in the 70s, 80s or 90s. I mean, just imagine how good both Vice City and San Andreas would be if they got proper remakes with modern day graphics and expanded writing. You can't tell me that a remake of San Andreas within the latest Rage engine wouldn't outsell GTA 5 or GTA 4. And maybe that is the way to bring back these cities, at least from a business standpoint. Maybe the way forward is to remake the PS2 era games once GTA 6 is out. I mean, honestly, I would absolutely love to see the state of San Andreas as well as OG Liberty back in action. And yes, I know that this won't be happening as Rockstar is not Capcom or Konami, but it's something that would make a lot of the OG fans extremely happy. Anyways, what do you guys think? Why did Rockstar forget about these two iconic cities? And is there any chance that we'll see them back within a GTA game in our lifetime? Let me know in the comments below. A big thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and a big thank you to all the 1,248 people that ended up subscribing. You folks are the best. If you haven't already, please feel free to hit that like button and of course subscribe for a chance to win an RTX 7090 card once this channel reaches 10 million. Stay silly, keep patching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.